Today we talk about a dish made out of cornmeal known as polenta or grits. Cornmeal is made out of dried corn and is a staple food in a lot of countries, not to be confused with corn flour, which is more finely ground. The macros are comparable to rice with 371 calories and 9 grams of protein. It can be a bit bland if boiled with only water, so here's a recipe to make it a bit more exciting. I will start with adding 50 grams of cornmeal into a pot. To add flavor, I will now add 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of vegetable broth powder. You can also add batter than bouillon. It's useful to have one of these glasses in your pantry as they can be added to a lot of dishes. Now, this is where you have to decide how firm you want your cornmeal. I like the ratio of 5:1 of water to cornmeal, so 250 grams of water. That is to me personally the best consistency and also the ratio I would suggest you to start and adjust it next time you make this if you want it more liquid or even firmer. Now whisk everything and then it gets cooked exactly like rice. I will put this on a stove on high heat, and as soon as it starts to boil, I will reduce the heat to a low, close the lid and let it simmer for 15 minutes. We are not done yet and come back to this later. In the meantime, I will prepare my protein source, which in this case is chicken thigh. As long as you remove the skin where most of the calories are stored, the macros of chicken thighs are not that bad in comparison to breast. So I will remove the skin of 2 thighs, which will result in 180 grams of skinless, boneless meat. To put calories into perspective, this is the skin of 1 thigh and weighs 34 grams, meaning the skin alone has 119 calories and almost as much as the calories of the 90-gram chicken thigh, which is why I personally don't eat a lot of skin. Next is to cut the entire meat into bite-sized cubes before I will add my seasoning. I will hit them first with 2 grams of olive oil and try to cover everything. Then I will add a generous amount of salt, freshly ground black pepper, around half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper for some heat, and then, very important, 1 to 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. This will work perfectly in combination with the cornmeal. Rub everything with your hands into the meat until every bit of chicken is covered. To add some volume, I will slice 1 red onion, this weighs 70 grams, and I will also add a carrot. This will be first cut into smaller pieces, then into halves, and lastly into planks. You could also use a red bell pepper, of course, that will work perfectly fine. Now that everything is prepared, let's get cooking. I will heat up a pan on medium-high heat, add a second of oil and start with the vegetables to get them a head start. Onions and carrots have a relatively high sugar content, which is the reason for their nice caramelization. I will let them fry for around 3 to 4 minutes under occasional stirring until the onion is translucent and everything has some brown spots. This is where I will add the chicken. I will let this fry on one side for about 1.5 minutes before I flip the chicken. From now on, just keep frying, stirring every now and then for another 2 to 3 minutes. And don't worry to overcook chicken thigh. You will need a lot more time than 10 minutes to turn them dry, so just keep frying until everything is nicely colored and the vegetables are fully caramelized. As this is getting ready, I will check on my cornmeal that was boiling for 15 minutes and I will make them creamy and cheesy. I tried different things to achieve this, like fat-free cream cheese, shredded mozzarella and also Greek yogurt, but I achieved the best tasting result with the following: 1 60-calorie slice of American cheese and 1 laughing cow veg. These veggies are absolutely amazing and I like that they come in 30-calorie serving sizes, which makes them perfect for these kind of recipes. Absolutely recommended. I will cut the American cheese into small pieces and then both get into the pot of cornmeal. Before that, I will first taste for salt and pepper. This needed a touch of both actually, and then I will add my cheese. This is still on low heat by the way, and now I just keep whisking for 30 seconds until this is fully melted and incorporated and has a super smooth and creamy consistency like this. So let's plate. I will first start with the cornmeal as the bottom layer, spread it around the plate, and then add my chicken and vegetables on top. Because of the cheesy cornmeal, you won't need any sauce in my opinion. It tastes great on its own. I will top it with a bit of parsley at the very end, and there you go. This meal comes in with 601 calories, 64 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat and 47 grams of protein. In the description is a link to my Patreon if you want to support the channel. Click on this video to see how you can make a low-calorie creamy chicken with mushroom sauce and see you there.